Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel, my daily vlog. So whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. And you might recall, I said I was gonna try to go to the Macy's flower show, and I blew it. I missed it. It ended like a few days ago. I missed it by 4 days. I just couldn't make it in time. But the outside of Macy's has all the flowers still up, so I figured I'd show that to you. And we're gonna go and walk up to Times Square. So that way I could definitely catch the new art that's in Times Square. So that is the plan. So let me at least show you these flowers that are outside Macy's right now. So there are these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers, and get all nice and close here so we could see the multitude of flowers out here. And the planters up high, and each window was surrounded by a different color. So it starts with the purple to the pink to the yellows. It's a very, very beautiful and luscious flower display. So Macy's is on 34th and Broadway. That's Herald Square. And I am walking up Broadway, uptown to Times Square, which would be 42nd and Broadway. So it's not too far of a walk. It takes about 15 minutes, not too bad. You can take the subway, it's only one stop. So generally speaking, if someone just one stop, I just hoof it. So as I was walking, I got to 38th Street and I saw some art. So I came to investigate. And it says that it's dedicated to the people of the Garment District, and by extensions, all New Yorkers. Here encourages us to look to the future with hope, as its 14 sculptural figures gesture with raised hands as if to say, here we are and we are moving forward together. So two of these sculptures are right over here. So let's go look at these sculptures. Look at that. It's holding its hand way up high. I'd give it a high five if I wasn't so short compared to it. Look at that. This is the next one. I'm gonna get closer because there's this really beautiful pattern. Look at that. Another block down, so I'm at 39th looking uptown towards Times Square. And you can see there's a lot more of these sculptures here. This one right here. It's a blue and pink shading. This next one is like covered in puzzle pieces. And they're all trying to fit together but haven't quite made it in place yet. Look at that. Let's see, there's a few more. We got this one over here with the yellow, red, and blue, and some black highlights. And just for some scale as to how big these things are, so the body is about my height, so it's up on a pedestal, but that hand reaching to the sky, that is way up there. We got a few more. We have this peach and pink. There's another one. This one actually almost looks like it has letters in it, but I can't quite make out. Like I see the word burn, will, clouds. I might have to spend more time deciphering this later. Here, or heroes. Look at that, heroes. A lot going on this one. So this one is another puzzle piece one. It's not quite obviously as puzzle piecey as the last one, but it does give me that vibe. That was what it made me think of. Although now that I'm up close to it, it looks a lot less like puzzle pieces and more of just a pattern. Then we have this black and white with red highlights. This one has some three-dimensional shapes painted onto it. This one's pretty neat. Look at that. Reaching all the way up there. Reaching high. here we have, this one is painted with a blue base and pink highlights on top. So there were a few more of those sculptures, and they lined the pedestrian area that went from 38th Street all the way up to 41st Street. So that was an unexpected delight. So a little extra bonus art today. In this area, I've been to some art that's been set up in the past. Most recently, I think, was the light tunnel. So I'll put a link, I don't know which side it goes on, but I will put a link to the video of the light tunnel, and that was a couple months back. But every so often they change up the art that's in this area down Broadway. Okay, we have made it to the Times Square area. So now we just have to head down by the tickets booth, because that's where the art usually is. So just a couple more blocks. We're over at 43rd right now. I believe it's over at 45th or 46th. Okay, so more crowded, mask on. So if I'm a little muffled, that's why. Okay, so I made it over to Duffy Square. So like I said, it's right over by the tickets booth. I'll turn around. It's kind of behind me in the distance. But this is sort of like the heart of Times Square. And this is usually where the art setups are. So just like I expected, this is exactly where I found it. So this one is called The Poem. So let's take a look. So this is The Poem, and it was designed by Raul Cordero. And it's here until May 4th. And what it's describing is that he is a Cuban-born artist, and it's a 20-foot tower covered in a cascade of mountain laurel leaves. And there's an illuminated poem inside. Also, something worth noting about this information placard, it's also in Braille. This is also available for visually impaired to be able to read this. There's also a QR code here if you want to get more information and be able to read more about this on your own. Okay, so this is the 20-foot tower covered in laurel leaves. And you can see that people can just walk through it. It's right there. It's totally accessible. There's no line. You just come and enjoy. Let's get a closer look on the inside. So it says, calm, silence, rolls. It says, deathly thunder, so much calmer. Roar, echo, unheard. And then there is nothing. Or silence, because nothing in poetry is silence. We got to see some really, really cool art. So there's always something set up here in Times Square. It's always like rotational or seasonal. I think the last thing I saw in Times Square was the show globes, not snow globes, but show globes. And they were kind of like larger than life snow globe style displays dedicated to Broadway musicals. And those are really, really neat. So there's always something really cool going on here. So I'm glad I came by to see this. I'm a little disappointed that I messed up the dates for seeing the Macy's flower show, but at least we got to see the pretty flowers on the outside, so that was really nice. So with that, I am done, and I will see everybody tomorrow. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.